So this is a tutorial for building, installing, deploying and using a typical extractor within the context population framework. And in order to better understand this video, I recommend watching the tutorials for installing the Virgo container, installing the Extractors API and the Context Model API, and also the video for installing the context population GUI, because that's what we are going to use to give out an example of an extractor using this module that we're going to deploy now. So in this example, this video may not be from the exact extractor that you're trying to deploy, but the logic is the same, so you can follow the guidelines for this video. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to deploy the hardware Linux extractor. This extractor fetches information about the hardware modules or components from a machine, and I'm going to start off by cloning this project, which is in the open source project.eu website. I'm going to clone it on a local folder. So now that I have this project, I can with the Maven module, I can build it right here directly. So I need nothing more. What I do need is either an internet connection to download all the dependencies that this project requires, or to have them previously downloaded in the computer. You can go and you can check out the POM file. If you don't know Maven, you should at least give it a look to see more or less how it works. And if you see here, this is the list of dependencies that it uses. Most of them are located in the default Maven repository, so there's no problem. But if you notice, there are a few, or one actually. There is one of the dependencies here, which is the extractors helpers, is an internal dependency of the Timbus project. So the way you access this, if you want to develop an extractor of your own, is basically by stating that you need this repository. This is the Timbus repository, Maven repository, and it's public. You can use it, no problem. So what Maven is going to do is going to use this POM to build the file. I'm going to run Maven clean package. The clean is basically to delete any files I may have from previous builds. In this case there's none, but this is a good habit that you can get. So I just run this, and it's going to build the whole project. In the meanwhile, while this is building, I can show you that Virgo contains a few extractors, as you can see from here, but it does not contain the Linux hardware extractor. If you watch the tutorial for the Extractors API, or even the context population GUI, you already kind of understand how this all works, and how the extractors are fetched and are looked up by the Extractors API and are outputted here. If you haven't seen them, I advise you. So here we can see that it's built, and there is now a target directory which we can check out, that contains two jar files, which is the Linux hardware extractor CLI, this is the local version, and the remote version. We're going to start up by the remote version. So what we want to do is we want to deploy this file to the Virgo container, and I'm assuming that you already have the Virgo installed, and that you already have all dependencies within Virgo that are advised to have. So we call the deployer, I'm not sure where I took this. So I'm going to get that file that I talked about, not the clean one, the remote, and I click deploy. If everything goes well, this window shows up saying that it has been deployed correctly, and once I go here and update the page, my new extractor should appear. So here is the extractor that I just deployed. So in order to use this extractor, at least the remote version of it, I can access the context population GUI, and I update the list of extractors that is here, and I can now see the Linux hardware. So this context population GUI is actually accessing the local Virgo that I have installed, and I have actually deployed the Linux hardware extractor into my local Virgo, so I can access it from here. And to perform an example of extraction, I just provide the information it requires. I'm going to do a local extraction to find out my hardware components, and I'm going to convert it automatically. If you want a bit more details, you can check out the tutorial for the context population GUI that talks a bit more about this this module. So right now it's just going to extract and immediately extract to JSON actually, and immediately convert it to ontology in this part, where it's going to show up the extraction once is finished. So this is the result here, and here you can see that it has been converted because it's in with a green font, and you can actually download the ontology from this link. To work with the CLI version, you simply run this CLI module that we have here, which is the local version of the Linux hardware extraction, and you can run like this. You can first check out the options that it gives you, and once you have them, I can, for example, do a local extraction instead of providing all this set of parameters to extract a remote machine. I'm just going to select the -L, it's for local extraction, and I'm going to select -S, which will show me the result of the extraction on the screen. So, as I said, this might not be the tutorial for the extractor that you are specifically looking at, but the logic is basically the same. Even the options are in most cases the same, and you can deploy it the same way, you can build it the same way, and you can perform extractions exactly the same way, because they all follow the same lines of the same developing lines. You can also check out a tutorial that we have on open source projects which teaches you how to develop a simple extractor, and how to work with Maven, how to work with our iExtractor interface, and how to develop an extractor just like this. Thank you.